Hello, good evening, everybody. It is Thursday. Gosh, we've missed you. It's been 2 weeks. It's gone fast, but it's a long time without seeing you. Hello, good evening to you. How you doing?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Been an interesting 2 weeks, hasn't it? How have you been, Ashley? You been good?
It's been really good. Do you know what? It's been
Yeah.
really busy. Lots of, spring has sprung, so all of the blossom is out, all of the creatures, the birds are kind of like twerping in the trees, and loads of new stuff happening, which is really good.
Yeah,
New
it's amazing.
circles, new groups.
Oh,
Yeah, really exciting. Really
oh,
exciting.
good stuff going on. Good stuff.
Yeah.
I
So talk.
finally completed my level 3B now of Reiki. So
Ooh,
now I can, I would actually, yeah, teacher. I can actually go out and actually attune people now into Reiki. So that's been an interesting journey for me the last couple of weeks. But I feel
wow.
like it's just gone like complete circle. Because when you first started it, it's like you go through like a healing journey, and then it's
Mhm.
just like, I've completed it, and it's such good news. It's so good.
It's
Feels good.
such a milestone. It's such a milestone. Well done,
Mm,
you. Well done, you.
thank you. Oh, and
Super.
we ain't got Wendy with us, have we, either this evening? Because it's Wendy's birthday.
It is Wendy's birthday, so
Mm.
could please all of the SPtv people who were on. I'm sure Wendy is watching because she sent us a picture of her with a glass of very beautiful champagne. So I'm sure she probably is giving us a toast, or she'll watch it on catch up. So feel free to send Wendy a happy birthday message to all of
Happy
us.
birthday, Wendy.
Super. Happy birthday, Wendy. We won't hold it against you, but you owe us 2 weeks, Wendy. So that probably means the next two times you're going to have to do it solo because we've been holding the fort for 2 weeks.
Can you
You're going to owe
imagine?
us.
Bless her.
You're going to absolutely owe us. So yeah, welcome this evening. Welcome to everybody who's watching. So should we say hello to some of the lovely folks that are on?
Yeah.
Hello, Terry.
Hi, Terry. How are
Hello.
you?
How you doing? Good to have you with us.
Hi, Sarah. How are you? Welcome.
Oh, hello. Hello to Claudette as well. Beautiful Claudette on Facebook. Really good to have you with us.
Oh, Laura, all the way from Canada.
Hi,
Beautiful.
Laura.
It's
Hi,
amazing.
Kirsty. Really good to have you with us on YouTube. We can see your comments. Thank you.
Yeah, is it Damini? Is that how you say it? Damini? Hi, Damini. How are
And
you?
love your roses and your profile picture. Hello, Caitlin. Really good to have you with us. We will be doing some live readings later on, so bear with us. We're just getting in, settling in,
Mm.
saying hello, warming up, and then we will get on with the subject of this evening and do some readings for you.
Yeah. Hiya, Brittany. Welcome from the US.
Wow, welcome. Hello to lovely Missy. Really good to have you with us. Hi, how you doing?
Hi, Fiona. How are you? Welcome.
Oh,
Be
hi,
a good evening
Fiona.
this evening.
Hello, and hello to Joanne as well from Suffolk. Hello, you're watching on Facebook. Really good to have you with us. Do keep your comments going as well. We will pick up as many comments as we can.
Hi, is that Mali and Stephanie? Welcome,
Um,
welcome.
Hi, Stephanie. Good to have you with us. My goodness. My goodness. Well, do please keep continuing to put your hellos and your saying hello to people and all your friends in the chat. And also, we are going to be talking about it's a very interesting subject this afternoon, and we're going to be having a special guest who's coming in to join us. So, if anything resonates with you this evening and you want to tag your friends or share the stream, then please do because we absolutely believe that if only one person is touched by the message that's being talked about on each show, then we're doing our job. So please do make sure that you keep sharing and telling your friends about all of the amazing stuff that's happening on here, because by now you probably all know about the campaign. I'm turning this into a campaign, Richard. I'm sorry. I'm making this almost like a party political broadcast. I'm getting into the swing. It's not May and I'm already there. This is really about just promoting all of the amazing spiritual work that's happening out there, and the really, really high quality stuff that's happening to try and counteract some of the stuff that maybe isn't so great out there. I'm sure we probably all know about it. So please do keep liking and sharing all of the amazing stuff that's happening on SPtv. End of broadcast. End of broadcast. Super. That's the edited highlights of the good long rant. Edited highlights. Beautiful. Oh, Fiona's got her sister here. Hello, Claudette, Fiona's sister. Really good to have you with us. Come and
Ah,
join the circle. This is like a virtual circle. So the subject that we're going to be talking about this evening, and we kind of we'll lay it over to you, is we're going to be talking about with our lovely special guests. So get your thinking caps on, ladies and gents, because you're affected by the subject as well. Is we're going to be talking about menopause, perimenopause, and actually what that means to us as spiritual people. Really interesting because, you know, we probably do know about the biological change that happens. As Richard said, half the population goes through it, and the other half of the population, or kind of people supporting people going through menopause or perimenopause and all of those changes, are also impacted by it as well. And there's all of the physical things that happen, but there's also all of the energetic things that happen, the spiritual changes that happen, the emotional things that happen. So respectfully, that this is an open broadcast and we're kind of talking on a show. If you do want to put things into the chat, if you do want to add your full pennyworth, add your comments, then please do. If you have some wisdom to share, then this is the circle to do it in. We're all friends here. So funny stories, anything that you've got would be really, really beautiful to jump into the chat. So do we want to bring in our amazing guest? Shall we bring in the lovely Carol to come and
welcome
talk?
Carol.
If by magic, Carol is going to come into the room. Look at that.
Hi,
Hello, Carol.
Hi there.
Really
it's so
good
lovely to
be
have
with
you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Super. So, Carol, you've come on this evening to talk to us. So, would you mind? I know that you're from just next door, neighbouring county to me, but would you mind just telling everybody who you are, where you come from, that kind of thing, just to quote Cilla Black, and just a little bit about why this subject's really important to you.
Okay, yeah. Well, obviously, I'm Carol. I am coming up to 63 years old. I've been through the menopause, but I got through it without any medication in the sense. I went through it with acupuncture and just natural stuff, and it's really something that I'm very passionate about, that you can get through it without having to take any medication from the doctors. I'm not saying you shouldn't. That's one thing I should say.
Absolutely. Yep.
Definitely, you know, if that's right for you, that's absolutely fine. But there are other ways to get through it. I'm a great believer that it's something we go through. We can't help it. Don't be embarrassed about it. You know, just sort of embrace it, get through it. My husband lived through it with me. My children lived through it with me. I'm local to Hampshire. I've been married for 43 years now, so it can't have been too bad, because otherwise he'd have gone by now.
Gives me hope.
Yeah, just a rough idea. I mean, you know, when I was going through the worst of it, I was doing a full-time, quite what people might call stressful job. So, you know, I got through it, and if I can help in any way for anyone else getting through it, then that would be great. I'm also a great believer that my mum was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2000, around the time that was some information was coming out about the link between this and dairy produce. So I'm dairy free. My mum went dairy free. She did have a mastectomy, and she went on some trials and things. But 24 years down the line, she's still with us. So again, if I can get any information out about that, I'm more than happy to talk about that. I have my little soapbox. I'll get on that and I'll tell you all about it if you want to know.
Wonderful.
So there you go. That's a very brief sort of description.
Oh, lovely. It's really nice to have you with us, Carol. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Really, really important. And I can see some of the chat is starting already about people kind of sharing where they are in their journey, things they've experienced, you know, strange things. And so I think it's really important that we kind of, as spiritual people, recognize the connection between the spirit and the body that kind of houses that. And actually, it's really important as we get to this bit in life to just remember that we need to nurture and look after this vessel that's done an awful lot of hard yards probably by the time it gets to that stage. And actually, it's a really important thing to talk about.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, thank you. It's going to be lovely to have you with us. So Natalie, I appreciate, and I'm going to, I appreciate. What's your kind of take? What's your kind of take on this, Nat?
Well, I was going to say to Carol, like, what is the symptoms of? Do you remember like the first time that you started going through the menopause? Like, did you go to a doctor and they said to you, "Oh, like this is happening"? Like, what were the first symptoms of it beginning? That's what I'm interested in, because, like you said, that we're all going to go through it.
Yeah,
and it'll be just interesting to know like the beginning of things and what to look out for.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, after I'd had my children, who my youngest is just turned 37, so it was quite a few years ago, I decided I didn't want to go on any medication at all for, for my periods or whatever. So that's when I started to sort of research into supplements and bits and pieces. So I would have said I was probably, I don't know, early-ish 40s, and I started to get the real hot flush little bits. So that's when it started. But I think what helped me, and what I want to say, is I knew what my body was like. I knew what every month, every week, whatever. I knew myself by then, so that I could tell the very small changes that were happening. And obviously it went on over quite a few years. I didn't want to go down the HRT route, because that just wasn't for me. I did go and see the doctor. They wouldn't offer me anything else apart from what I call the bog standard stuff, which I didn't want to know. So that's where I started to then go more into the acupuncture and the more holistic side of things. So really it was very slow and gradual, and there was quite small changes. But I knew my body, so every time I had what I thought was a change, I would normally Google it. It's an amazing thing, Google. And it was amazing how many times that would hit the button and actually say, yes, this could be it, and this is what you need to change, maybe in your diet or a supplement. So really, I would have said early 40s it started, but quite subtle changes.
Right.
Wow. That's really
you
interesting.
talk about like the hot flushes, and I've had a lot of people like obviously talk about that, and they say it's like starts from your feet. And it's interesting, isn't it? Because actually you were talking about like spiritual changes and that as well, and it just makes me think of like the grounding and bringing the energy up. And we spoke about obviously the other day about it creates like, it's like another different awakening, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And you can get the hot flushes can come from anywhere. I can remember at one period of time I was getting them more from my head down. Now I can't tell you why that was, but when I was having my acupuncture, she just put me pins in different places. So for me that helped, because when I went, she would ask me, how I was, and I was going every 6 to 8 weeks roughly. So if I was feeling that it was a different sort of thing, then, as I say, she would put the pins in slightly different places. And for me,
I've never experienced acupuncture.
Oh, honestly.
Does it like release tension?
Yeah, it release tensions. I mean, when I'd gone through what I would call the main menopause, I was still going, because I was working full time, etc., and had the family, had grandchildren. I had my dad was going through dementia, trying to get him and my mum sorted and everything. So it was quite full on. But I would go in, and basically what the lady that I used to see was like, right, we'll plug you into the veins and get your energy levels up. And I never had the brain fog and that dip of energy if I kept my acupuncture up. I honestly believe that that's what kept me going through that side of things. And as I say, she was a lovely lady. She's retired now, unfortunately, but she really helped me, because, as I say, whether it was, I didn't understand whether I was getting like hot or I was getting whatever the symptoms were from my head, my feet, my arms, whatever. She just seemed to know what to do to alleviate it, and she kept my energy levels right up.
Wow, that's incredible. That's really incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was literally just acupuncture and soya supplement and I took lots of different supplements, just natural supplements.
That's really interesting. And you did mention it earlier, but obviously we are a responsible broadcaster. So we do have to say that we're going to talk about lots of things this evening, and we're going to talk about things, people's personal ways that they've navigated it, both physical in terms of things that they're doing, and also metaphysical. So we're probably going to talk about the chakras and meridians and how that all works as well. But we obviously, if you do have difficulty, if you are really struggling at the moment, the first point of call is always going to be your GP.
Yes.
Go and see your GP, go and get it checked out, go and kind of make sure you seek your proper medical advice. And then this is all complimentary. It's the same standard advice we give for any kind of healing as well. You know, please do what you need to do first. And this is all complimentary work. Beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for everybody who's sharing as well, and kind of like talking about things they've heard about. Collagen, I've heard about that. It's all over my Instagram for you page, is collagen. Google Mark Zuckerberg is listening to my conversations. But yeah, anything you've heard about, put it into the chat. And if you know anyone who would really benefit from this conversation and you want to bring them in, then please do share it with them. Even if they're watching it on catch up and they watch it later on, I'm really sure that it will resonate with them at some point when they hear it.
Can I just say about the collagen?
Yeah.
I didn't take collagen because it wasn't a big thing at the time when I was going through mine, and it wasn't something that was coming up when I was doing any sort of, you know, research or anything. But I have started taking it in the past couple of years. And one thing I have noticed is my hair, especially, I'm not molting as much as I used to. I mean, I'm very lucky. I've still kept my hair, but one thing with the menopause, I've had to have my eyebrows tattooed because I lost all my eyebrows, and that was another side of things. But I used to molt something terrible. I mean, you know, I'd wash my hair and the plug would just be full of my hair. But taking the collagen, that's one of the things I've noticed. My nails are slightly stronger, and my skin, although obviously I'm getting older, so it is still wrinkly, does feel better for it. So I must admit, collagen in that sense, yes, great, but I wouldn't have said it helped me particularly through the menopause side of things.
Yeah. Wow. I think you look absolutely stunning, Carol. So
much.
beautiful. So there we go. Laura Grant, you asked a question about collagen.
Yeah.
There we go. We are answering your questions. So it's with anything, I guess it's going to be trial and error and finding what works for you. And we've all got a really unique biochemistry. We've all got a really unique DNA, and you know, the way our body responds to different things. So this chat's going to be a treasure trove of different people's things, saying try this and try that.
Yeah, definitely. I think the main thing is you need to know your body. You know it, you know you, and if you feel there's a change, then that's where you need to start looking at it and seeing whether you can, you know, alleviate it or whether it be, as I say, with the doctor or whatever. But you know your body. No one else does.
Super.
I'm hoping that we've still got some gentlemen watching us this evening. So how did you feel like your partner supported you through it, Carol?
Well, bless him. I mean, you know, he's very good. I mean, I've always been quite mean that I've always let him know all the nitty gritties. You know, he's just accepted the fact, and I've been quite honest about it. You know, if I'm at a point where I'm feeling really anxious, angry, whatever the emotion, and I don't know why, but I think it's because of my hormones, menopause, whatever, I've just told him. So I've not kept anything back. You know, if I've had a screaming fit at him or something over something, then I've always explained or tried to explain why. So I think that's probably helped him slightly, because I've not just suddenly just been this mad woman for 5 minutes and then back to my normal lovely self. So it's just being honest. I've never been ashamed of it, never been ashamed of the fact that, you know, I've been going through changes. And sometimes I don't know. I can't help it. I don't know why. So it's just being honest. And I think that has helped, because it's just that honesty and just talking about it.
Yeah,
Really important. And really nice question actually then, Nat, actually about you know, and do you find so the thing I wanted to kind of like talk about that only became apparent when we said we were going to do this show, and talking to some of the, you know, the especially ladies of a certain age that come for readings and kind of talking about it. And actually I found this amazing coincidence that a lot of the people that are coming to me are because they are normally introverted, highly sensitive, very attuned, very empathic people. But actually, one thing that I have really noticed is a correlation that through menopause and perimenopause, when your energy is moving and your energy is being retained by the body and not being kind of on that monthly ebb and flow, when your kind of your energy body is regulating a little bit, that actually the capacity of a spiritual awakening is huge. And it's really interesting the correlation between your body changing, your energy, your vital, your kind of prana, chi, whatever you want to call it, life force, whatever you want to call it, is changing. And also your life capacity to develop spiritually is also changing, because you don't have brand new babies running around and toddlers, and actually you've got a little bit more capacity to have the freedom to be able to develop spiritually, and you've got that desire to look for wisdom in your own life. I find that amazing that nature has almost designed the system that you spend the early part of your life kind of growing and turning into an adult and developing, and then mothering in whatever capacity that is for you, whether it's having a baby or whether that is growing things and nurturing things around you. And then you get to this other threshold, this other transition, and actually your spirituality might start to blossom. I find that amazing, that it's all predetermined.
It gives you something to look forward to, doesn't it? Because I've always had the thought of like, oh my God, the menopause, you know, everything's going to change. You know, do you remember when you started like at the beginning of obviously being a woman, you know, you go through the periods and things like that. And I remember being at school like, oh, everyone started it, and like, where's mine happening? You know, and now you're just like, you go through that. I was like, oh, I didn't really want it, really, did I? And now you go through like, you go, oh, do I want to go through the menopause? But like you said, it's always like, it's something that you're going to go through, and it's so interesting to hear like other people's perspectives on it. And like, because like I don't know, like I went through I had, when I was that must be like 15 years ago now, I had a cyst on one of my ovaries. And then when I had that cyst removed, I had one of my ovaries removed, they said to me, you're going to start the menopause early. But now I'm in my 40s, so I know it's going to start sometime soon. And it's just interesting to hear like what symptoms to look out for, and the body changes that you're going to go through. And like, I read some of your stuff actually, Carol, because you sent me some notes regarding it, and you were talking about like obviously the dry eyes, you know, and things like that, and like the impact like it has on every inch of your body. And it's obviously not just obviously like it's physically, mentally, and like how we can prepare ourselves to actually go through it.
Absolutely. And that's what I was saying about the fact that, you know, you're the only person that knows you inside out, whether it be dry eyes or any other feeling. You're the only person that knows it, and you've just got to be aware and accept the fact that if there are slight changes, then you either embrace them or you look to try and improve or help. And for me, that was one of the most important things. You know, I accepted I was going through it. I wasn't embarrassed about it. If someone wanted to say to me one day, you know, you know, you're suddenly getting hot or something, it would be like, yeah. And just push it back to like, you didn't need to raise that. I'm not, you know, I'm not embarrassed the fact I'm having a hot flush. So I think that's really important, whether it be, as I say, your physical or your mental side of things and bits and pieces. You know, you're the only person that can actually deal with it.
I've got an interesting question actually from Laura, and she says, I'm 58 and my menopause started 4 years ago. How do you know when it comes to an end? Like, what symptoms do you come to in the end?
Basically just started to calm down. So it was because I wasn't taking any medication. I just realized that the hot flushes had to calm down. I occasionally get the odd one now and again, and I'm not saying that sometimes I get a night one just occasionally, but they're just very, very occasional now. So it was really just a very slow, gradual, the way that it started to just end. But one of the things that really struck me, which, as I say, I know obviously if you want to go down the HRT route, it's absolutely fine. But a lady I used to work with was quite a bit older than me, and she'd gone down that route and it had been great for her, but she was still on the medication. She said, I don't know when the doctor's going to say to me, come off it. I don't know when to stop it. And it's like, for me now, I don't take the supplements and bits and pieces, and I don't have acupuncture now because, I say, the lady I used to go to is retired, and it's sort of filtered in quite well for me. It just feels much more natural the way that I've done it, because I've worked with my body and the way that I feel, I don't feel that I need to do what I was doing. Whereas if you're on something else and you're waiting for the doctor to say stop it,
it's tricky.
It's very, very tricky. I mean, I know people that have been through HRT and it's worked fantastically for them. It's been brilliant, and I wouldn't dish it at all. But it just wasn't for me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that and that's really and I think it's probably a really important nuance to this whole conversation, actually, is probably wider than because this is me and I'm quite intense. If you haven't guessed, I'm quite intense. I like to go into things in a lot of detail. That it's probably a bigger conversation than purely us talking about the menopause and perimenopause, and actually getting to, the title and the premise of this whole show is giving people the tools to kind of have their own sovereignty and empower themselves again. In the same way that years ago, people didn't talk about when you were starting menstruation, they didn't talk about that. Whereas many generations ago, a long time ago in our history, it would have been something that would have been celebrated, and in certain cultures it still is celebrated. It's just in predominantly where we are in the world, it's not celebrated at all. These thresholds aren't celebrated in the same way that in other cultures they have a celebration when a woman stops bleeding, to say you are now entering your wisdom years. You are now a wisdom of the village. You have all of this to offer. You have all of this time and capacity.
Can we do that here?
Let's do it. Let's do our own ceremony. Carol, go and get your flower crown. Do it. So I'm ordained. I can do that for you, Carol. Don't worry.
I think that's it. We're bringing it in.
We don't talk about these really important thresholds and hold the energy for somebody like you. You've beautifully navigated your own way through it, but for the vast majority of people, they're kind of crashing through physical symptoms, trying desperately to hang on and manage it and keep it quiet and just mask it. And unfortunately, the medical model is there to support that.
I mean, I'm not saying that I've just sailed through. I didn't. And I was just reading some of the comments there that were coming up, and it was obviously saying about like the heavy periods and things and that. I went through a period of time where it was awful. I can't tell you how bad it was, and all the doctors kept throwing at me was, HRT leaflets. But I did eventually. I had it was a hydrothermal ablation, which basically years ago used to be a DNC. They used to scrape out all your bits and pieces. Whereas this is done now through, it was basically what I call a jet wash. So it was hot water and they jet washed my womb and all that area. So to get rid of all the gunk that collected. And I must admit that really helped with the periods and the intensity of them. I mean, I was wearing, 2-3 different pads and changing 20 minutes, whatever. So it was really, really bad at one point. But it was definitely a hydrothermal ablation that helped. And again, it was a softer approach in the sense that obviously it was just water that was doing it. So that definitely did help.
Wow.
That I did have that done.
Carol, I'm going to keep your number on speed dial. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's fine.
I think we're all keep your number on speed dial. And for anyone who is still with us after the hydroablation, gentlemen, please go and make a cup of tea.
I'm not embarrassed.
I know you're not. You're amazing.
No. It happened. It's there. I can't do anything about it.
You see, and this is another angle to the fact that we are so detached from this whole, you know, we've got such a medicalized view, especially of the female body. Everything is exceptionally medicalized now and kind of sterilized and put in a nice box, and you kind of keep it quiet and take a tablet and put up with it. But yeah, actually, they're probably, you know, I'd like to think in ages past, Carol, you would have been the lady in the village that would have said, actually, this is what needs to happen. Yeah.
I do hope I would have been, yes. Yeah.
I see that. I see that. I see that. There's loads of comments. Thank you for everyone that's chipping in. Mel, you've had a really difficult time. Gosh, you wish your body would do what it's supposed to do. Yeah. Hang on. Okay.
I think a lot of that again is.
Sorry, yes. So Richard just asked a really interesting question. So Richard just asked, does going through the menopause change your sex appeal, the way your hormones work, the way you are sexually? Yeah. What's your take, Carol?
For me, yes, absolutely, 100%. Changed it completely. Although I accepted it's me, I am, you know, who I am. It changed my view of me and the way that I looked. I put on weight when I was going through the main part of the menopause. And heads up, I mean, I went Slimming World. I lost 3 stone, and I've managed to keep that off because that worked for me at that point. I'd gone through a few years when no matter what I did, I couldn't lose the weight. So that affected me because I didn't like the way that I looked. So that was probably one of the main things. I didn't feel me. I didn't feel attractive at all. But again, being as honest as I could be with my husband, we worked through that. So yes, it did change. I mean, you know, obviously when we were younger and it was all quite amazing. But obviously naturally things after 43 years of marriage, things change slightly anyhow, and they calm down a little bit. But yes, totally, 100%, it does affect the way you feel about yourself, whether it be physically how you look, or I know some ladies go through the fact that, you know, if they go through the menopause, they don't feel feminine anymore. That wasn't something I ever felt, I must admit. But by being honest and talking about it, we managed to get through it because we worked our way through it. I was honest with him. He was honest with me. That's all you've got to do. There's no point hiding from it. You know, if it's like, no, I feel like a big fat blob, go away, I don't want to know, then he accepted that, but then was sympathetic and nice to me without turning around and saying, oh, you look lovely. And I know I didn't. So yes, it definitely did affect it. But as I say, I honestly think you've got to be honest, got to talk about it.
Wow, love that.
From both sides.
Really good.
And someone asked a question, sorry, before about the vitamins that you took, Carol. What did you recommend? What vitamins did you take?
Oh gosh, I've got to try and remember the list of them.
Sorry, put you on the spot.
No, it's fine.
Oh, that was Chrissy. Yeah, what good question.
Obviously, because I don't have dairy, and I haven't had dairy for about 30 odd years. Some of that is to do with me going through my sort of periods and things, which my acupuncturist had recommended, but also with my mum with her breast cancer. So I take out calcium, magnesium, vitamin D, vitamin B, vitamin B6, B12. I'm trying to remember.
It's more like a multivitamin.
Well,
it's not that easy, Natalie.
No, I didn't go down the multi one because I can't take iron. If I have iron, it makes me ill because I've got too much iron in my body. I produce too much. So again, that's why I didn't go down the multivitamin bit, because when I did take it, I felt bleh. And then again, talking to the lady that did my acupuncture, then that was why. So by looking at it and thinking, okay, how am I feeling? You know, is my lack of energy? Is it lack of this? Then that's where I worked out which vitamins I felt that I needed. They're my main ones. Calcium, I think, is very important. And vitamin D is very important.
Yeah.
Very much so. But obviously for ladies, the Bs. And as I say, for me, calcium and that, because obviously I don't take dairy. So I do try and supplement in other ways with juices and stuff and things, because I don't have milk. But you can get your calcium from other things.
Really interesting. And that was to speak to Siobhan asked, made a really good point actually around bone density, which is really important, really important, bone density, bone health, and actually,
absolutely.
If you don't take HRT, then there are, some contraindications potentially. So just make sure you keep them topped up.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. Vitamins. Chrissy's made a really good point. Actually, you need lots of money for all of these vitamins. I guess it's in the same. Go on.
Yeah. Well, I normally, I've used Google. I've gone through, I've used so many different websites. I've gone in, what's the recommended dose, whether it be 1,000 milligrams or whatever it's saying. Gone in, found the best deal for that product at that time. So I don't just get it from one place. I get it from loads of different places, very often online.
Shopping around.
Absolutely. A shop around, and every time I'm getting low on something, again, I'll still shop around now. I don't go to the same place. And I'm a bit, obviously I take quite a few tablets, so I don't want to be taking 2 of something. So I'd rather go for a high dose of something. But to me, it was definitely worth it.
Yeah.
As I say, I wouldn't have said I've spent a fortune. I'm not somebody that spends out willy-nilly, and I'm not going to bet like the collagen that I take. I get it sometimes off of Amazon or somewhere. I don't take the very expensive stuff. Whether it works better or not, I don't know, because I've never paid out, so I don't know.
Yeah, as Rhonda said, you've got to shop about. Well, Carol, if I may say, I'm sure I'm speaking for everyone, all of the ladies watching in the SPtv family, whatever it is you're taking, you look radiant, my lovely. You look absolutely beautiful. Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. It's very kind.
So tomorrow's payday for some people. So your Amazon wish list, your Amazon carts will be full. Get yourselves down to health food supplement shops, your Chinese supermarket, Oriental supermarket. We'll have some amazing things as well. But do your research, join some forums, do some research. There's some really, really, really amazing women's health advocates. I think it's the Hormone Doctor. There's one particular lady in the UK. I think she's been on kind of breakfast TV shows, and she's got a program as well about kind of like skin and hair and nails and how that kind of changes. It's doing your research, isn't it? Doing your research.
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting a lot of love in the comments, Carol. Please keep it coming. We all need this for our self-esteem. You're all so amazing out there putting all of these comments on. It's really lovely how everyone's kind of supporting each other and saying, oh, this is where you need to get that from. Super. We are going to do some readings. We're going to kind of scatter them through the show rather than waiting until the end. So if you would like a reading, there's absolutely no pressure to have a reading. It'd be myself and Natalie doing some readings for you this evening. And I'm sure kind of Carol will chip in with the conversation throughout the evening as we go. Yeah, you're on speed dial. That's what Diane's
you're
on speed dial, Carol. I said you need to get a website. So if you'd like a reading, please put in the chat you'd like a reading. Please do keep sharing and commenting as we go. And then as and when we're drawn to somebody, we will start plugging in the readings if you're ready, Nats.
Yeah.
Super. I was going to say, and I did a bit of a warning tonight, I've got a new Oracle deck. I was so inspired to pick it up, and I've not used it yet, but it's called the Lantern Oracle. And this particular Oracle deck is broken down into 3 particular, not suits, but 3 particular sections within the deck, because it relates to the kind of like neo-pagan way of looking at womanhood, of the maiden, the mother, but they then introduce another one, which is called the Guardian, which as soon as I heard about that, I absolutely love it. And it's the stage before the crone. I hate the crone stage. And the Guardian is meant to be the wisdom keeper of the tribe. The Guardian is not a mother. The Guardian is the wisdom keeper, is the council, is the person who advises the warriors of the best time in the moon cycle to go out and do the hunting and the foraging. The crone is, you know, later on in life, but the guy, and I just thought how perfect for our conversation this evening. So I'm going to do my very best with this brand new oracle deck of the Lantern Oracle to see how we get on with that. I thought it'd be appropriate.
Amazing.
So do you want to, are you ready to go now? Do you want me to go first? Do you want you to go first?
Can I have Diane? She asked for a reading.
Of course.
I just pulled a few cards for Diane.
Yeah, Diane, if you're in.
Hi, Diane. How are you? I'm just going to connect to you if that's all right.
Okay.
So, Diane, I'm just I'm looking at your cards, and I'm looking at your cards, and it's telling me about that you're looking about where you're going more spiritually. I think now. I don't know if like this conversation is actually helping you, and you're might be one of the people actually that's excited to go through like to the end of the menopause. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but now you're actually realizing that actually there is light at the end of the tunnel for it. But it's also talking as well that you're going to be maybe like you're going to be one of the people actually that reaches out to Carol, I think, as well, because you're talking about like making new friendships, new partnerships. I don't know whether you've got like new people that are coming into your life and they're actually really creating like a new firm foundation for you. So I think that this is conversation this evening is actually really helping you, and it's really opening up your like spiritual awareness, and like now you think that actually you're getting so much out of this conversation that you're going to start planning and looking into more things that are going to help you to maybe like reach the end of this journey to help you. You're going to put it's planted a seed, I feel like, into your mind, and now you're not, I don't feel like you're feeling so unsettled regarding it. And actually, like, I don't know if you're like me, it's bringing the thought of actually like it's not made me so nervous, I think, to go through it, because I've been like quite nervous when people are talking about going through the menopause and things like that. But I feel like actually like this is planting some seeds, and I am really like looking forward to that kind of part of like the journey and seeing where it takes me. I don't know if any of this is like making any sense for you. And I feel like as well like you're going to be listening to you're listening to your intuition more when it comes down to like where you're going on your spiritual journey. I feel like when I said as well, you've got like new friends and new partnerships coming in. I feel like you're working more with like new people, maybe spiritually. You've got new tribes that are going to be helping you. It's talking as well, like don't disconnect from anybody. Remember, there's always someone that you can talk to out there. So as we've said before, like you can reach out to like your doctor and things like that. And there's more information, like Carol said as well, about maybe search on Google about anything that you're going through, because Google does help a lot. Obviously, it's helped Carol, and I think it's talking about like it is bringing you like some fantastic new hope. I don't know if you can see that. And it's like you're gonna grow like a new woman. And I feel like this conversation, it's just like, oh yes, like we can get through it. And I just feel like you really needed this tonight, and I really hope that makes sense. But yeah, like look into like anything that Carol said. I mean, the video is always going to be here, and just come back to the information. And I really hope that does make sense to you, Diane. No, does it say being too embarrassed? So I can't read the whole comment. Ashley, could you read
saying,
it?
Yeah, so she's agreeing with you. It's lovely confirmation. She does feel I do feel a more deeper level. I'm trying to embrace it rather than fighting against it. So it was really nice
absolutely. So I think that really does like if you need to, just listen back to this video as many times as you like, because I really feel like this conversation has helped you this evening. Thank you for letting me work with you, Diane.
Lovely, Nat. Really nice. Yeah, beautiful.
No, I think it's zoomed in, so no, that's fine. Don't worry, it's zoomed in just a little bit. I was just cut out some.
Super. Okay, I'm ready to get going. I'm going to give the new deck. I'm living dangerously. Do you know what? I'm feeling brave. I'm feeling reckless. Let's see who I've chosen. Siobhan, I'm going to give you a reading because you've put some really insightful comments on. You're asking for love guidance, and we will see what comes out, my lovely. We will see what comes out. Oh, you'd love guidance. You don't want a love reading. Oh, gorgeous. Okay, let's see what comes out. The love channel. Oh my goodness. That's well out of my comfort zone. If I thought talking about the menopause is out of my comfort zone, the love reading channel is way out there. Let's see what we've got for you. Really nice. Okay, so the card that you've got Oh, that's really interesting. So the card that you've got is the false belief card, and she is incredibly powerful. So the false belief card comes within that midlife section. So that is the mothering section. And this particular card talks about all of the things falling away from your eyes. So when I read into this energetically for you, Siobhan, what I'm picking up for you very strongly is this is a real period of discernment for you in terms of where you are in your life, the people that are around you, what's going on around you. It doesn't feel like this is a work thing. This feels more like a relationship thing, feels more about how people's energy affects you and how you affect other people's energy. But she's quite an uncompromising character in the card. I don't think that you're like that, but I think this is just asking and inviting you to embody more of those qualities and to kind of look with the eyes of somebody who's trying to find their way in the world. So it was asking lots of questions. And when we ask a lot of questions, it means we can get to the truth quite quickly, and we can put aside our own preconceived ideas of a situation. I don't know if this is making any sense to you, but it feels like you're learning more about people. The truth about people are being revealed. The truth about the situation is being revealed. You're feeling more confidence in your own intuition and your own kind of guidance, those soul knocks, those spirit whispers, however you want to call it, when we're vibrating on a level where we are comfortable in our own energy, comfortable in our own skin, that actually we can step into that place of allowing the intuition to come through really clearly. And it just kind of being a constant narrative almost in our life, that discernment. So that's the first energy that's come through. And the second deck I've pulled for you is the Rose Oracle, because it's that divine feminine, which is all over this conversation. I can feel it this evening, which is the card about anointing. So there is an invitation here for you to step into your spiritual wisdom. If it has been knocking for you, this is the opportunity for you to do that. It's a very, very clear offering to say you're already getting these intuitive hits, you're already getting it. With just a little bit more, you could fully step into your spiritual gifts. Yeah, that would give everyone a shock. So all of the stuff that's going on around you, if all of a sudden you start coming out with the absolute clarity of the situation. Super. Thank you, Siobhan. Thank you so much for your confirmation on that. I wish you well in your warrior phase. Amazing. I wish you well. Super. Thank you.
How are we doing for time, Richard? Do we want to take a break?
Keep us on track, Richard.
Yeah. Okay, we'll take a short break. We'll be back shortly.
We'll take a short break. Go and get yourself a glass of water, or whatever you're up to this evening, and we'll be back in a short while.
Help Spiritual Psychics TV grow our TikTok channel. Connect with us at SPtv UK. We're on a journey to reach our next milestone, and we need your help. Follow us today and support us going live. Imagine getting personalised readings, discovering your card of the day, and so much more. Don't miss out on the opportunity to explore new adventures with us. Follow, engage, and transform. Join our growing community at Spiritual Psychics TV with @SPtv UK on TikTok.
Join Adrian and Jay tomorrow morning from 11 a.m. UK time for their show, Spiritual Insights. They'll answer your spiritual queries, conduct guided meditations, and provide oracle card readings to those who actively participate in the show. So, set your alarms and get ready to awaken your inner self.
Join Ashley Robinson tomorrow night from 8 p.m. Ashley offers his spiritual philosophy while answering your questions.
Welcome back, and we've got Carol back with us. Just comparing notes on all of the different things we've got to order tomorrow. So yeah. Oh, you're so welcome, Siobhan. You're so welcome. Thank you for contributing to our discussion. We like to give readings to people. This is an energy exchange. We never charge anything for our readings on SPtv. The readings are always free because we do it because we love working with spirit and offering you guidance and interesting conversation. But in exchange for all of the amazing time of the mediums and people who work on this channel, we like you to give a little bit to us by commenting, liking, and sharing the video. So if you love contributing in chat, then put your comments in. Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, welcome back. So we were talking about obviously the vitamins and different supplements that you can take, weren't we, Karen? You were going to say something, sorry, before we came back on.
Yeah, I was just going to say about the collagen. I didn't say that. I don't take the bovine or whatever it's called. Mine is either the marine, but you can get a seaweed one. And that's my preference. I don't want to be taking in. I mean, I'm not vegetarian, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't want that side of things. So yes, you can get other ones that are based on seaweed and things like that. So that's the ones that I take.
Wow. I'm learning so much. I'm learning so much. It's amazing.
So, Ashley, you were also mentioning that before when we were saying that we were going to do a show about like the menopause and the impact it has on women, like spiritually. Like, what more can we talk about with that one? That's quite interesting.
So the thing that is really interesting, and I was talking to a really beautiful friend of mine who we went through our seminary, our interfaith training together through our seminary, and she was talking about some, reflecting on some of the changes that she's been through, and kind of that she's got all of this experience, and who's she going to tell it to, because she doesn't have daughters, and who's she going to give all of this wisdom to, because it feels very much and what I was hearing was that she's been through all of this life-changing process and she's got all of this wisdom. How are we going to get it out there? How are we going to get it out there into the world? And that's what I'm all about, is kind of empowering people to share their wisdom, because we all have a story, we've all been through something, and our medicine is within us, and I believe we come here to live our life, to discover what our medicine is and discover what our soul purpose is, and then it's kind of almost incumbent on us to then try and transmit that and help another and touch another soul with that. So one thing that is really interesting is the number of women I'm working with now who are finding ways to energetically manage some of their menopause symptoms and their spiritual awakening symptoms. And some of the stuff that we use is that breath work. We use a lot of breath work just to manage the energy regulation through the body. And then the other thing that we do is that kind of the mindfulness and the body awareness. So I love what you were talking about, Carol, knowing your body. So important. So important, not only on a physical level, but energetically understanding your key energy signature, what it actually is at rest, what it is when it's dysregulated, what it is when your nervous system is kind of out of whack a little bit. And just being able to recognize that.
Absolutely, totally. It's not just the physical, but it is the mental side of it, and everything. Whatever you're feeling, you're the only one that knows your body.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's some of the things that happen, and then obviously there's a lot of ceremony work, there's a lot of healing work. So you'll be finding this, Natalie, when you're working with all your lovely Reiki clients, and actually a lot of the Reiki work, a lot of the energy healing work is around thanking your body for the journey that it's been on with you, and also thanking your body for letting you know that you're going through changes. By throwing out these symptoms, by throwing out these energy signatures, what is it you're trying to tell me? And then just the energy work just coming in, just to ease it, just to calm it. There's an amazing lady, and I must speak to her about coming on to do a talk, because she'd be amazing. She sells crystals. She's a witch. She lives quite close to me, but she also sells crystals. And one of the crystals that she swears by is this really beautiful blue calcite. Because of the energy vibration of the crystals, work on that beautiful blue ray to kind of calm down the hot flashes, to just calm down the heat, the energy rising, the heat rising. So there's interesting, lots of different ways to deal with it, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
but the crystal
amazing
works. Yeah.
Did you think that this would be you today, Carol, coming on and helping other women?
Well, if anyone's happy to listen, then I'm happy to say, because if anybody takes anything from what I've gone through, then I'm more than happy, to tell people. As I say, I'm not embarrassed about it. I've been through it, and if we can help in any way, then great.
Lovely.
I think you should start your own Facebook page now. Yeah, that's it. You're off, Carol. This is what you're meant to be doing.
Love that. Love that. You heard it here first, guys. Sole Purpose is being realised on SPtv Live. Love that. Amazing, amazing. So, do you fancy doing another couple of readings, Natalie? You're in the mood now.
Right,
You got your energy up. Got your energy up. Please do stay with us, Carol. We're just trying to dot through some beautiful readings for our lovely ladies.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. And if you would like to have a menopause reading, then let us know. If there's a particular, if you'd like to have a menopause reading, then we can kind of connect with that vibration. So I'm happy to have a go. Why not? Let's just ask if we can work in that way to kind of support you with what you're going through now. If you'd like one of those, and let us know. Oh, Terry.
Let's look forward to it. Yeah.
Oh, bless you, Terry.
Right. We'll be messaging Carol.
We'll all be in it together. We'll all be in it together. We'll have to make a little giant
the celebration. We'll wear our flowers and
I'm up for that. I'm seriously up for that. Lovely.
Carrie. Can I have Carrie, please, Richard? Carrie, please. Carrie, yeah, Carrie came. There's a message from Carrie. Still here? No, so it is a Carrie.
No, it's Carrie. Carrie.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're just trying to find you in the system, Carrie. When Nat decides that she wants somebody, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
It's still on.
Yay! That's the one. Hi, Carrie. How are you? Okay, so I pulled. I was drawn to you actually when the comments were going through, so I've just pulled a few cards for you. I don't know if you've gone through like maybe some difficult times recently, but at the moment it's saying that the waters, there's some movement forward. It's like you've listened to your heart regarding a situation. There may have been a storm before in the past, but it's just saying to you at the moment, actually, the waters seem to have settled. It's come up, like I said, it's come up with the heart. You've listened to your heart. If you haven't, then it's asking you to listen to your heart regarding a situation, because I think this is maybe going to some kind of meditation. If you've got any questions that you need to ask, meditation is always good. I did one earlier actually, and some amazing stuff you can. It's always difficult, isn't it? Like when we talk about meditation, of how like some people are like quite experienced when it comes down to it, but some people find it quite difficult to actually sit and like rest the mind in that sometimes. And I don't know if you find it quite difficult for during the meditation, but you don't have to like sit there and close your eyes when you do like a meditation. You can go out for a walk and sit by. It's just like sitting there just amongst your thoughts and just really listening to what comes in. And I don't know if that's something that maybe you should be doing at the moment. It's talking as well that you could be feeling like a bit trapped maybe in a situation. I don't know if any of this is like making sense to you, but it's saying to you like you just have some patience with us. We are hearing you, we are listening to you. We know that you're feeling it with your heart and you know which way that you want to go, but sometimes we just need to just hold out for that divine timing. And I think that's what they're talking to you at the moment, and things will start moving forward for you. Things will start feeling a bit better. And there's also talking about maybe a bit of like there's a celebration that's coming up, and I don't know if that's finally like things are going to be, and it's something, things are going to be moving forward for you, and you're just going to be like, oh, thank God, like you're going to celebrate it. Have we got any confirmation on any of that at all yet, Richard? You're feeling somewhat trapped, yeah. So I think things are going to move forward for you. They're talking about like the water is settling. Just listen to your heart. You know which way that you've got to go. Yes, you know, you like to meditate, so I think you know which way you want to go. So even if you can't sit at home sometimes quietly because there's so much going on, it's always good to go out for a walk. Just sit, like I said, just try and sit by the water and really listen to where the head wants to take you, where the heart wants to take you. And it's saying that things are turning. It's like things have it's like they're coming around in like full circle, but there is growth, and you are. Sometimes we come to a journey in our life, and I think this is what they're saying, that things can come back around, and you sit there, and sometimes you think, oh, I've seen this happen before. You know, it's like sometimes you get in like this vicious circle, and how you're going to get out of that circle. And I think that's where they're talking about, like, about you listening to your heart. Like, you can do it. You have got the strength to do it. You can move forward. And then when you do, you're going to be sat there and you're going to be like, I did it. I listened to what I wanted. I was listening to my guidance. And I think that's where the celebration is actually going to come in. And even you just sitting there, going out and thinking about it, just saying, like, this is what I need, this is what I want. And you're planting those seeds and you're giving them the information to help you move forward. And that's what they're asking you to do. Just plant those seeds, let them down. Like Minty talks about it all the time. Get it written down in a book, write down what you want to do, where you want to go. Yeah, deja vu. And I think that's what it is. Sometimes we get in like these repeating cycles and it's just like, how are we going to get out of it? But it's like listening to the signs, just that it's something similar, something is coming up, like, oh, I've seen this before, and you know where it's going to go. And it's just like, I'm going to get out of that situation, I'm going to move forward. And I think that's what it is. You just plant the seeds. And I think that's what, yeah. So just get it all written down about where you're going to be moving forward. And I really hope that helps, Carrie. Thank you.
Oh, lovely message. Beautiful. What a lovely uplifting message for you there, Carrie. Gorgeous. You didn't quite mention hugging trees then. I was disappointed. This week we haven't talked about hugging trees.
No. He rang me earlier and he said, oh, I'm going to give you a short reading. I was like, okay. And then he's just like, oh, here we go again. Get out in nature, hug some trees. And he was like, when we come out, we're going to sit down by the water. Just listening to our own advice, isn't it?
Oh, bless. Oh, Carrie Ann, that was really nice confirmation actually there for you, Nat. Having trouble figuring out what it is you want. I think Nat's given you some lovely advice about kind of trying to write it all down. Get focused. Beautiful. Terry, you've directly asked me for a reading. Is it allowed, Richard? Am I allowed to give Terry readings? Because you're like #1 fan, Terry. So like, you're not getting involved. I'm going to keep scrolling, Terry, but I will do you a card. But I will keep scrolling for now, but I will come back to you, Terry. I promise. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Julie loves her tree hugging. Nice. Okay. Amanda, you need some guidance. I haven't said what the guidance is about, so we will just go for what we've got. Amanda, yes, please. Amanda, the guidance is very... Oh, hello, Anne. Sorry, we can see your comments and on YouTube. Yeah, we can. So ask away. That's Anne Ivor on YouTube. But this reading is for Amanda Jones, if you're still on, Amanda. This really beautiful card that you've had, which is coming from the Work Your Light Oracle, which is really, really, really high vibration and perfect for spiritual guidance, is letting me know that you're already there. You're already doing it. Please, will you stop thinking that you're just waiting for one more sign from spirit? I just need one more indication that it's right. I just need one more certificate. I just need to read one more book. I just need to go to one more medium. It's almost, we can always find 1,000 different ways to stop ourselves from moving forward and holding ourselves back. This message really, really loud and clear is you're already doing it. You already have all of the tools in your toolbox. You already have all of the information that you need to move forward. The only thing that's stopping you from doing that is yourself, because the universe is almost like stood there going, okay, when you're ready, yeah, we're here and we agree with you and we're supporting you. It's time for you to crack on and do it. So if you are the kind of person who just procrastinates an awful lot or finds reasons not to do things, then the universe will keep giving you that, because that's what you've set your intention. Sometimes this is being a little bit brave as well. So if it's bravery you need, the thing that I always do when I need to be brave is I unplug from everything. I step away from all of the situations which cloud my judgment. I take some time off. I schedule things out of my diary, and I deliberately go by myself to go within and just kind of recharge myself, so that when I do come up against that decision point again, I've got the energy to push through it. It's really difficult to do that when you're feeling physically depleted, when you are being with lots of people around you, and you could always find something else to do that can make you busy. This is a really, really clear guidance for me, that you just need to move forward with whatever it is that you need to do, and just have courage in that. Oh, bless you, Amanda, your partner passed. I'm so sorry. That's really, really sad. This feels like a really, really supportive message that you're already there. But if it is lots of people around you that are kind of confusing and muddling up the situation, then this is just, again, I kind of withdraw from the situation, have some quiet time to recoup, because you already have everything you need within you. You already have the understanding within you that life is eternal. It's dealing with the grief, and it's giving yourself the space to deal with that. But spirit around you, it's a beautiful card. It's just saying, just keep facing your true north, just keep facing the truth that's within you. But I can appreciate that there's probably an awful lot of emotion around you, as well as an awful lot of people wanting to be in your space and support you, which is wonderful. But sometimes I completely get it that can be really overwhelming. Hopefully that helps. And if you haven't already, I know I talked about you like to use spiritual healing to recharge. If that's something that would be beneficial to you, to find somewhere where you could sit quietly and just allow somebody to, that beautiful healing ministry will work to create that space and that energy around you to be able to heal and to go through your process of grief. But take your time with yourself, Amanda. Oh, is that your beautiful partner in your picture? Oh, Amanda, we are all sending our love to you. I'm sure the comments are now blowing up with lots of people sending their love to you. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Please stick around. Please stick around, Amanda. I don't know if you're regular. I don't recall seeing your name on here. Please stick around on the channel. There's lots and lots of amazing, amazing mediums on here. There's lots of also amazing people who watch the show, who will offer love. I've seen it, witnessed it with my own eyes, people that are going through something, and just the comments light up with everybody sending love and positivity and watching out for each other in the comments. It's a really nice place to be. Oh, Amanda, beautiful. Thank you so much for being with us this evening, Amanda. Lovely. Thank you.
Beautiful, Ashley. Lovely message.
Oh,
how are we doing?
Lovely. We've got some time, Nat, if you want to keep going. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Amanda, thank you.
Oh. See if I can get anybody. Oh, a menopause reading. Should we go to Rhonda?
Go for it.
That's how we're getting on. We can bring Carol on for this.
And we will. I was just thinking, if we do menopause readings, then it means that Carol can come in and do her wise woman bit. Carol.
Oh. Oh, Carol, we're bringing you for a menopause reading.
You wait. Next time you see that, she's gonna plonk a set of cards in your lap next time you see a Carol, and she's gonna say, "Well,
get it done. Come on." Oh,
Rhonda, I love the fearless Rhonda who's just going for it.
Oh. Oh, how interesting. You know, every card that's coming out. Oh, this is beautiful. You know what, Rhonda is coming out with like your new beginnings, and I've got a tree in the card and that as well, and it's I don't know, you've got like you got Eve. The Eve comes into the mind. It's like the first woman, like the Eve, she's planted the tree, she's planting the seeds, and it's all about like the growth. And I don't know whether you're going through as well, actually. It makes me think about like the hot flushes that are happening. So when you're feeling it coming up through your toes, and you feel like, I don't know if you feel like it's like a cleanse and that, and you're gaining like more wisdom from it, and you've gained actually like more wisdom tonight being on here. And just having, like I said, like in the reading before, this Carol being here has actually given you great hope for when it comes through like the menopause. I feel like you've gained a lot of knowledge as well, like being here this evening. And I feel like as well, like it's talking about like, that's it, I'm gonna go through it, I'm gonna get this done, I'm going out again. It's like gathering more information, and I feel like it's talking about like it creates like ascension symptoms and that as well. So I don't really sure about like the menopause with spiritual, because obviously Ashley, you're the one who I think has more knowledge regarding that. But can it create like ascension symptoms, because it's talking about that, and you're going to be accelerating I feel it's talking as well about I don't know if like before this, did you feel like you cut yourself off and you didn't really want to talk about it a lot? But it's saying that now's the time to talk about it. It's okay to talk about it. I just there's so many times we go, oh look, we can't talk about the menopause or anything like that. But I think this, even just this show tonight, is like everybody who's been on here, and I think they're going to be more open now, I think, to discussing it. And I think that's just so beautiful, Rhonda. And I think that you're going to be one of those people, and you're going to be like Carol, I feel, as well in the future. You're going to be gathering so much information when it comes to it, and you're going to be spreading that love and hope, and I feel as well, to other women. Do you have any like question, like while you're here, Rhonda, about like anything that Carol could help you with?
Can I just
Carol,
say,
like, yeah,
when you were just saying about sort of like a new beginning, it does feel, I feel so much, I don't know, freer, lighter, whatever, now that I'm through it. I feel that I am a different person to I was when I was, you know, in my 20s to 40s. I just feel different. I'm calmer, I'm more philosophical, whatever you want to say. I do feel it's different, but in such a positive way. It is like a new beginning. Having come through that, it is, again, it's almost like starting again. It's great.
Oh, do you know what? That's so beautiful. It's like, even having like this conversation, I feel tonight, I feel like you've helped a lot of people. And like, I've gone into it now thinking, do you know what? I'm super excited to go through the menopause.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, let's get it done.
Get it
Feeling
done.
actually like more positive about it. Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Honestly, I just feel so much greater now than I did. I went, a period of time where you do feel a bit crappy. But that new beginning that you were just saying about with that card, then definitely.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's like a new beginning.
Yeah.
Like absolute growth. And I feel like as well, like when the hot flushes do come, it's actually bringing in more wisdom, more knowledge, and we can just bring it straight through and accept it for what it is. And I think that one does. I think that's what she needs to do.
Yeah, and you see things differently, you understand things differently, and hopefully you can explain things differently. So it's completely different, but in a positive way.
Oh, beautiful.
Lovely.
Hopefully Rhonda will be able to check back in and receive her message and all that. But thank you,
Rhonda. Okay, have we got time? Have we got time to do another one each? Because we've got obviously Carol now who's chipping in with little wisdom nuggets, which is lovely. We got time to do another one each. If you spin some more names. Okay, great. Yep, we're picking people who we know are here. So if you haven't commented for a while, make sure you do. Make sure you do. Make sure you do. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. So I would like to choose Amber. Who's on YouTube? Oh, actually, does that mean we can get live comments or not on YouTube, Richard? Yeah, fantastic. Brilliant. Okay, Amber A on YouTube. What good things are happening in May for me? And the reason why I'm choosing you is because my sister's called Amber and it's her birthday in May. So that's the reason why I was chosen for you. And I got a really, really beautiful, strong energy with you. But I do appreciate that it has been quite a slog at the moment. The time leading up to this, even before I pull a card, I was just kind of feeling the energy being really heavy around my back. So it feels like things have been a little bit of a slog for you, Amber. The card that you've got is a really nice card. It's the card of receiving. So this is letting me know that you need to prepare yourself to receive. And there is an art to this, and it's something that's not really spoken about in manifesting. It's all about pushing it out there, what you want, but actually the composite part, when we talk about energy alchemy and things kind of happening, what you put out there, you've got to be ready to receive. You need to clear the decks to be able to receive it. If you're wandering along carrying a lot of stuff, you're not going to have empty hands to hold whatever comes to you. So there is a little bit of work you've got to do, Amber, to clear the decks. I don't know energetic whether you're still holding on to some things which maybe are a little bit problematic or a little bit loaded with energy. But what I would say, Amber, who's watching on YouTube, is that good things are coming to you. You are going to be receiving some gifts from the spirit, but it's also about understanding what they look like when they turn up. So please don't be so rigid in your mindset of thinking, I want it to be XYZ, because that's not often how spirit works. That's not obviously not sometimes how it happens. It will come to you in the way it's meant to come to you, but you do need to do a little bit of work just to kind of like be ready for it, get yourself energetically ready for it. It's nothing to do with the menopause, but I don't know, Carol, whether you've got any wise woman words. What's your wise woman thought on that from lovely Amber?
Just accept.
Yeah.
Once you accept, and just do the best that you can to work through and work with what you've got.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And stay
Carol.
positive, because there are so many positive things. I know it's difficult sometimes to be positive, but you do have to sit back sometimes when life is really horrible and just actually put it into perspective. There are good things within your life, and that's what you got to hold on to. Get rid of the negative, keep hold of the positive.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Thank you. So hopefully that was useful for you, Amber. Keep positive. Good things are coming. Just kind of like hold out for it. Super. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Carol.
Thank you.
Do we still have Bonnie here, please, Richard? That was on Facebook. Thank you. Bonnie, there was a Bonnie. Yeah, I was asking
Bonnie,
for a reading.
are you in the house?
Bonnie.
I think Bonnie had the lovely hat. The lady in the lovely hat.
Ooh,
beautiful. Bonnie is Bonnie.
Okay, Bonnie, it's talking about that you need to stand your ground regarding a situation, or you have recently done that, and you've recently gone, do you know what? I know what I want. I know where I'm going. And since you've done that, I feel like it's brought in some kind of balance for you. But it hasn't been an easy journey so far. And do you know what? We wouldn't be here if it had been an easy journey. But they're talking about as well to go and sit by the water. Really, like, water is so cleansing. It's so like just listening to the frequencies. If you can't get near the water, then I always suggest listening to it, maybe like some good amazing YouTube videos, things like that, isn't it, that brings in the frequencies of the water. Or it's always if you can get in the bath, have a salt bath and really ground yourself. Like, you can get some amazing meditations as well in the bath. I don't know if somebody's like trying to, like, you've stood your ground, but someone's still fighting against you. And I don't know if they're trying to put their thoughts, their feelings into something that they feel like you should be doing. I don't know if this is making sense for you, but they basically, it's like they stood there like this, and they're like, I'm not moving. I want to do things that way, and no matter what you say to me, it's not going to be right. And I don't know if you're struggling with trying to or they're saying, no, you need to do things my way, and maybe like you're struggling, you're trying to put your point across as well. It just seems like there's the battle of things at the moment. And I think things are going to get a bit easier for you. They're bringing in like a bit of green healing energy for you. And I don't know if you as well that you've been having a lot of pressure and maybe around your third eye area and that as well. Sitting near the water, I feel, can maybe help you a bit more with that. And it's working with, have you been seeing like how's your dreams been and things like that? I don't know if you're having like more vivid dreams, but they're definitely working on your third eye area, and it's like bringing in just a bit more information in that for you. As well, I don't know if you're working on things maybe a bit more creativity and that as well, because something, since you've been going through this situation, you've had time in that as well, like where you sit and think with yourself, like something is actually brought up some nice healing balance, and it's something is ignited in front of you, and you, like I said before, like, you know where you want to go, you know what you want to do. And so it's always nice, isn't it, when people can give you information about like what they think that you should do. But I had this conversation, I think, with somebody before, like, you know what you want to do, you know what feels right within your heart, and other people can have their opinion, but it doesn't mean that you have to take it. I hope that makes sense for you. Like I said, there's some passion has been ignited, I think, within you. It's talk about, I think maybe you're crafting something. I don't know if you started working on something recently, but I think that you're looking at your finances, and I think maybe you're thinking about maybe it turning into like some kind of business, like a crafting business or anything like that. They just showed me actually, because I've been working on I got myself a pre-cut machine as well actually the other week, and they showed me that. So I don't know if you're thinking about starting to craft stuff yourself, and if you are, you can, if you're quite, yeah, so there's something you and when it comes down to like see the dreams and the eyes, they like to give you a lot of messages in your dreams, and sometimes they don't make sense. They're really cryptic and that as well, and like sometimes I get out of dreams and I'm just thinking, what is that? But Google can actually help you. There's a lot of dream dictionaries and that out there as well, so get on some dream dictionaries, and I think that, yeah, that will definitely help you. But when it comes down to your crafting, I think that might actually help you. I think financially, they're saying, have you thought, like, are you thinking about like making a business or anything with it? They're talking as well, like there's been a bit of an emotional loss. Now, when we talk about grief, it doesn't have to be like just a person. I think we can grieve like friends that have like left our life that we don't speak to in that anymore. We can grieve like material things that we've lost, like if your car's broken or things like that. So these things that, like, when it comes down to a car, like that's your safe space, isn't it? It helps you get from like A to B and things like that. So it's like there is grief, but you're working through that grief, and it's saying to you that if you're listening to your intuition, listening to your dreams, and I feel like you are going to be getting a bit more information, and it's you're crafting and all that as well. If that's what you're doing or thinking about doing, it's going to be bringing in a bit more success in that for you. I know there's a lot of messages and that coming through there, but I think like try and get next to the water, stand your ground on any information that I used to knit hats for babies in school. Thinking starting back.
Bonnie.
Oh,
you couldn't
Bonnie,
get any
that's so
cuter, Bonnie, right
beautiful.
now. Oh.
Oh, that's so amazing. But I think maybe you should get back into that, because they're saying it is going to bring you stand your ground on what you want to do. Like it's going to heal you and that as well. When we start giving like things to other people, it heals us and makes us feel good and that as well inside, doesn't it? So I think that you need to be doing that, and it's going to be successful. And Bonnie, you're absolutely beautiful. But thank you so much for allowing me to read for you.
Oh, Bonnie. Beautiful. Thank you.
Needs to be Bonnie's bonnets.
Bonnie's bonnets, yeah.
Quick, go and grab that domain name. Bonnie. And as a mummy who had a baby in the hospital who had to wear one of those little knitted hats, I would just like to say thank you for all of the people who knit all of those hats, because you have no idea how much it's completely emotionally overwhelming when you get given one of these little hats by the midwife after you've delivered your baby, and beautiful. You think, gosh, I wonder who's knitted this, and I wonder what their story was and what prompted them to do that, and I wonder if they're a healer. I remember thinking, I wonder if they're a healer, and if they put healing into this with every stitch, and it's kind of going on my baby's crown chakra. How beautiful. So thank you.
Oh, Bonnie, that's amazing. Beautiful.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. Super. How are we doing for time, Richard? Because we could keep going with this all night, because Carol's just warming up. They're reading. Oh, we've got a little bit of time. Do you want to do one more quick fire one, Nat?
Oh yeah, go on then. And then well, we've got to like boost anything that's going on this week on SPtv, or
we have. Should we do a little joint one between us for the next person?
Oh,
super special one. If you get commenting, we'll do a super special one between us before we go. Look at me, I'm feeling brave. Yeah, Adrian and Jay. Yeah, absolutely. So if Richard wouldn't mind bringing up the comments, and we will let you know who's on tomorrow. Who are you drawn to, Nat? You can choose.
Let's get Carol choose.
Cool.
Carol, you choose.
Oh gosh, no, don't make me choose. Oh my gosh, goodness. Let's go for Kim.
Pressure.
Okay.
Kim was on there just
go for
now.
Kim.
Brilliant.
Let's go for Kim.
Kim on YouTube. Kim Turner on YouTube. Super, Kim. So the card that I picked for you, super quick, is Stand Your Ground. And this is about empowering yourself to stand your ground about a particular subject to do with the direction of travel you need to take in the future, whether this is involving you moving somewhere substantial, starting a brand new project. But I should imagine there's probably quite a few people around you who think you're nuts for even contemplating it. But this is because you're feeling the discomfort of where you are now, and we will only move when we feel discomfort. If we're comfy, we won't move. So if you're feeling discomfort, then and you're getting the intuition to move, then stand by that and do it. Stand your ground, and be prepared to kind of you don't need to give lots of evidence for your decisions. Sometimes you just have to say, this is what's happening. You know, yes and no are complete answers. You don't need to give any more information if you don't want to. That's what I've just been drawn to for you. Thank you, Kim.
Ah. So Kim, I love the fact that actually you've given a purple heart. So I've actually, again, it's talking about the third eye chakra, and they want you to be working a bit more with that. I don't know if you've recently felt like you've gone through a shadow period, but it's saying that actually you're coming out of that shadow period. There's light at the end of the tunnel. There's triumph and there's success. You felt there's a bit of an emotional loss, but you're getting through it. And it's all about like having the strength. And when it comes to the third eye chakra, let's get like wearing purples and things like that, and purple nail varnish, purple socks. And do you know what came to mind in that as well? It's all about, I don't know if you've done candle gazing. When I talk about candle gazing, I'm gonna say be very careful, don't fall asleep, you know, just watch what you're doing. But candle gazing is a great way of working and strengthening that third eye. So I hope that makes sense for you.
Beautiful. Lovely confirmation. Thank you, Kim, about going on vacation, new beginnings. Perfect. Lovely. Thank you. So just to run through what's on tomorrow, and also I'm in Glastonbury tomorrow. So if anyone is in Glastonbury, say hello. I can't wait. I'm very excited. So if I see you in Glastonbury, say hello. If you bump into me, I'll be mooching about the bookshops. I'll be kind of like looking through all the secondhand books because that's what I like doing. So what's on tomorrow, 11 o'clock, we've got Adrian and Jay with Spiritual Insights. We've got Ashley Robinson, the lovely Ashley Robinson, Minister Ashley Robinson, on at 8 p.m. talking about spiritual philosophy. We've got Minty, he's always got to feature. He's like, you know, the face of SPtv now, between him and Reverend Nick and Karen, that's it. So yeah, Minty's on a gospel on Saturday, is that right?
Yeah, Gospel Spiritualist Church.
Very nice.
I can't remember the time. Is it 6:30, Richard? So the doors open. So the doors open, I think, about 6:30. But it's on their Facebook page, so have a look on that. All details are on there. And yeah, Minty's down at Gospel Spiritualist Church. And also, talking about Minty, I have got Minty to finally try tea.
Wow, that's big news. We need to show on that.
That is a big news. He's brilliant. Like, we tried to do it before, but I swear, like, I ordered these these loose teas, and I ordered them, and I think he manifested that they went missing. They never arrived. If anyone knows, that means he actually hates tea, but he's actually bringing his teacups down. So that's on the Spiritual Village. We're doing that as well on Sunday, and he's actually going to be drinking tea, and we're just going to have a lot of fun and try do some tea leaves.
Oh, I love a tea leaf reading. Love
I've
that.
never done it before, so I'm super excited.
You're going to love it. You're going to love it now, because that'll just tap into you'll love that. You'll love that. So that's gospel. Support your local spiritualist churches when they're doing really cool stuff. Make sure you go along and support them. And then we've got Deb Clark and Marcus. Again, they are SPtv royalty. You need to tune in for that. That's on Sunday night. So we've got our normal service from Wimbledon on Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. So tune in for that. Busy, lovely weekend. Oh, no, we don't have that. We don't have that on Sunday morning. Don't tune in for that. Just tune in for Deb Clark and Marcus on Sunday evening. Thank you. And TikTok. I have been asked about TikTok. Now, I didn't believe in TikTok. I thought it was just purely for young people. And as we found out this evening, I'm now approaching my perimenopause, and I thought I'm too old to be dancing on TikTok. But if you haven't already, please go and check out the SPtv TikTok channel. It is an absolute hoot. I'm sure you won't mind me saying this, Richard, but it all goes to pot, and anything that is kind of regulated by YouTube and Facebook, it all is just crazy fun. So if you love readings, you love hearing Richard's lovely voice that you don't normally get to hear. We normally get it in our ears. You don't get to hear it normally, but it's an absolute scream, and the readings just utter chaos, and people come on live and it's brilliant. So please do go and check that one out. Super. We need to say goodbye to Carol, but I feel like we'll be seeing you again, Carol.
It's been great. Thank you very much. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh, good. It's so lovely to have you.
It's been really, really lovely. Please do share your love for Carol in the comments, everybody, for sharing her wise woman teachings. And yeah, it's been really, really nice actually just to have your thoughts and perspectives. It's beautiful.
And look out for her Facebook group coming soon.
I might get a young person to help me with that.
Love that. Oh, Rhonda, so sorry your phone crashed. Go back and watch the replay. You'll be able to hear the absolutely humding of a message that Nat gave to you. So yeah, don't worry. That's what the catch-up is. Look for your name on screen and you'll be able to find the bit in the recording where your message was. Beautiful. Thank you, everybody. Be well. See you in 2 weeks. If you have a subject that you want us to talk about, please do send it in. And please do go and check us out over on TikTok and come and say hello. Brilliant. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Nat. Thank you, Carol. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Later.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.